Hello everyone and welcome back to our weekly market update. So we will wait for a few minutes before starting our session. Okay, so as always, we are going to cover several financial assets. But before doing this, a quick disclaimer: the information provided in this webinar is for educational purposes only. Please do not take them as a financial advice. Do your own research before start trading. Here are the assets that we will cover: Euro USD, USD JPY, Pound, and Aussie. In metals, we will cover gold, and oil, UK Brent oil, indices US 500, and we will finish the session with BTC USD. Let's go to MT4. Starting with the pound. Let's see the bigger picture first on the daily time frame. So here we have the pound. As you can see, the market was in a clear downtrend and it managed to break this key support level around 121.70, but then we have here a fake breakout. So the market moved to the downside, but suddenly it rebounded and moved to the upside and leaving behind a bullish engulfing pattern, this one. So the bullish bar engulfed the bearish one, the previous one, and this led to a move to the upside. As you can see, the market moved to the upside and even closed above the resistance line, which was support previously, 21.73. Let's see what's happening on the lower time frame. Although the market moved to the upside with a good momentum, but let me try to remove this, but the market could not continue its move to the upside, made an impulsive wave as a bearish one to the downside, and now this is kind of a sideways consolidation, a rising one. Most probably, as I can see, this is not a bullish impulsive wave. So the market will not post something like impulsive correction. It did impulsive wave to the upside, then a deep correction. This deep correction turns to be a new bearish impulsive wave. So impulse now, correction, and most probably the market is heading toward the 121.76 or 73. This red horizontal line. So we have impulse correction and then a move to the downside. This is most probably. Why? Because if we look at this area here, this is more like a correction of this impulsive bearish wave. You can see overlapping bars, and then we have a big bearish bar here, signaling that the sellers are about to take control of the market and pushing it to the downside. Euro USD, starting on the higher time frame as well. Euro USD found buyers around the 0.358. We had a huge movement to the downside, found buyers around 0.358, and then rebounded all the way up. On its way to the upside, there was a strong resistance, which was 0.555, I think. Not clearly, 0.556. So you can see that the market tried to push to the upside, failed, and then left a long wick to the upside here, and then tried again, and now it is trying to move to the upside again and close above this resistance line, which is 0.556. What's next? We need to go to the lower time frame. So here we can see that the market is showing good momentum as bullish. So we have impulse correction, impulse. We have a move above the resistance line, which is a good one. But if I would like to buy Euro USD, I would like to see the daily bar on the daily time frame for sure, closing above the 0.556. So if we have the daily bar now closing today above this 0.556, most probably the market will continue its move all the way up until 0.642. But first we need to see a break and a close above the 0.556. USD JPY is moving aggressively to the upside. We have clearly higher highs, higher lows. We had here a deep correction. It was a potential reversal. So the market tried to reverse but failed. As you can see, the market went in a sideways movement. So there was no strong momentum to the downside to reverse it. Found buyers here around this level, and then the market moved to the upside. Moved to the upside, breaking the previous high here. Then found support and buyers and moved to the upside. This move to the upside, by the way, it broke the previous high in January 2002. So if I go back in time, the market managed to break this previous high around January 2002, okay, which is 10 years from now. No, sorry, 20 years from now. Okay, so the market managed to break this high. So the market is moving to the upside. And since I cannot see more of historical data because metaphor couldn't go back in time, what I guess is that the market will continue its move to the upside. And I saw on another platform that most probably it is heading toward the 37.43 mark. USD CAD also showed a good momentum to the upside. You can see it from here, a huge move to the upside. We have 1, 2, 3 bullish bar, big ones. The bodies are big, which is good for the uptrend. A break of 26.66, break above it, retracement to it, and then moving all the way up to the previous swing high, which is 1.3078. But the market could not continue its move to the upside because the daily bar here could not close above it. So we have a retracement, and most probably in the market will be heading around. It will move to the downside, maybe here to find some buyers around 28.68. Okay, so the market could move to this area to test it, and if it finds enough buyers to break this level, then it will continue all the way up. But as always, if you need to buy above the 20 or the 30.78, you need to see the daily bar closing above this horizontal red line, which is 30.78. For now, the market is moving to this support, and most probably it will rebound to the upside, okay? Or we might end up in a kind of a range. But for now, short term, a move till this area here, 28.74. And as a long term, if you would like to see a continuation of this uptrend, we need to see a daily bar closing above the 30.74. Sorry. Australian US dollar. Australian US dollar, starting on the daily bar, we had this move to the downside, a huge move, and then a correction, impulse correction, found sellers around the 70.51. Found buyers around 70.51, 52, and then posted an engulfing bearish pattern. These patterns are really important, guys. You can use them on daily, 1 minute, 4 hours. It depends on your daily time. Depends on the use time frame, depending on your trading style. But they act the same whenever or whatever time frame you use. So we have we have here a bearish engulfing pattern, and the market after it moved to the downside. On the lower time frame, we can see that the Australian USD is stuck inside a range, so there is a decision in the market. Most probably this will continue until we see either a breakout from the upside or to the downside. So there is not much here to look at, because whenever we have a sideways, we don't know when this will end up or from which side the market will break out. We need to see a breakout, then assess the price action below or above it to take a position here. For now, I can see that the Australian USD will bounce between those boundaries until we see a breakout from one of the sides. If we have a breakout to the upside, it might test the previous high, 70.52. If we have a breakout to the downside, most probably, we say most probably, the market will test this area here, which is 68.56, moving to the downside until this area here. But for now, we cannot act or take a position. The gold, what we have for the gold. Starting on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, the market was ranging inside this channel. As you remember, the market was ranging in this parallel channel, and then we have a huge move to the downside. The sellers were trapped, and then we have a rebound to the upside. So most of the bears and the sellers thought that the market will continue its move at least to this area here. However, the buyers managed to take back control of the market and posted a bullish engulfing pattern here. So you can see how these engulfing patterns are important, which led to a reversal and move to the upside. And if we go on the lower time frame, we have this wedge formation in blue. So impulse, we have impulse, correction in the form of a wedge. For those who use Fibonacci, we have a 61.8 retracement level. You can see it just on this level, 61.8. The market found buyers, and most probably I can see that the market will continue its move to the upside toward the 1869. Okay, so most probably the market will continue its move all the way up until 1869. I'm trying to see if there is an area of confluence. If I use the ABCD pattern, 1 second. Okay. So yeah, if we take the ABCD pattern, which says that the first impulsive wave as AB, the one that I'm using here, is equal to the CD that we project or we expect after the breakout of this wedge, the market will reach an area of confluence, which is the higher end of this channel. So we have the ABCD pattern here. If we drag the AB to the breakout of the wedge, so the market most probably, if we have a breakout here, will reach this 1847 or 1874 that coincide with the CD impulsive wave. Brent UK oil. The Brent UK oil managed to break the previous channel. As you remember, we have a parallel channel here. Okay, managed to break it to the upside, and then suddenly it is moving now again to close below it. So it closed below it, and the market is posting small bullish bar. So there is no indication that the market is about to move again to the upside. These are very small. Even if we look at the lower time frame, it's like a kind of a small wedge formation, which is a correction of the previous impulsive wave. Okay, so we have now here impulse, correction, and most probably the market will continue its move to the downside to test the lower end of the previous parallel channel, which is 100 USD. But this is long term. So short term, I can say that we have a strong support level around this area here, which is 106. So the first target to the downside as our analysis is the 106. Next one, 109. USD. US 500. US 500. US 500 made an engulfing bullish pattern, which is a reversal pattern here. You can see it. Okay. If you look at this pattern here, so we have an engulfing bullish pattern. The market moved to the upside. If today's bar or the daily current bar close above this 3,734, then we might see a move to the upside for the US 500 to at least this area here, 3,845. So the market is showing some good momentum, and if today the daily bar, which is the current one, this one, closed above it with a strong momentum or big body above it, then most probably the next day or tomorrow the market will continue its move to the 3,841. Let's look on the 4 hour what we have. On the 4 hour we have, sorry, on the 4 hour we have a double bottom here. You can see it, double bottom. So this double bottom shows weakness from the sellers. We have a breakout of this trend line as well, and we have a close above this 3,734. So there is a huge probability that the market will continue its move to the upside until the 3,840. BTC USDT or USD. BTC for me it's still look bearish, nothing special. We have impulse correction, and it reached a strong support level around 20K. Why 20K? If I go back in time, you will notice that there was a previous high here. So the market found a bottom here, and it's trying to reverse, but for now the reversal is weak. We cannot see strong bullish bars to the upside. We have bullish bars, but they are not that strong. They don't have big bodies. They are a little bit, we can say, shy. So most probably I say if the market will go up, it might go up to 22K here, 844, and then stay inside the range. Okay, there is no strong move to the upside. So most probably the market will get stuck inside this range made of the 23K or 22,900 and the 19,887. So yeah, most probably we will see a consolidation in the coming days or weeks for BTC USD. So this is it, guys, from my side. If you have any question or you want me to analyze any desired asset, please let me know on the chat so I can do it before ending the session. Okay, thanks for attending the webinar and see you next week.